Karyu Pawl and welcome to part 1.2 of listening practice. Today we will look at small talk and how to introduce yourself. So other than the first one, this will not only be simple words, but we will look at some more complex phrases. I highly recommend that you already have learned some phrases because, like I said, they will be a bit more complex today, so it will be a bit more difficult as a listening practice. And especially if you don't know these phrases at all, you will probably have trouble as a beginner. So first learn your phrases and then come back to see if you can recognize them. Also, same warning as always, my pronunciation of course is not perfect, so you should definitely first check out some other resources on pronunciation and learn how it is supposed to be before you come here, so you don't learn anything wrong from me. For example, my R's are not really good, so don't copy them from me, please. Let's start with probably one of the most famous sentences. Welngati gameya. Welngati gameya. Try writing it down like always. Welngati gameya. I say it one more time. Welngati gameya. Or how Karyu says it, wrong pronunciation incoming. Welngati gameya. But correct pronunciation would be Welngati gameya. And this is what I said. Welngati gameya. Like I said, that's one of the most famous quotes probably. I see you. Well, I ngati you gameya. To see with a happy or positive infix. And we actually also have a short form for that, namely game ngat. Game ngat. Game ngat. Game ngat. I say it one more time. Try to write it down. Game ngat. This is what I said. Game ngat. And it means the same, I see you. It's just a shortened form, so you see the O, the well here, the I is left out in the Natvi. We leave out the infix, just to have it a bit shorter, and we shorten ngati to ngat. Next, let's look at some more small talk. You might want to ask someone, Ngaru lufbomsrak? Ngaru lufbomsrak? Ngaru lufbomsrak. So here at the end of the sentence I go up with my voice. Ngaru lufbomsrak. And with that you can already see that it probably is a question because Natvi intonation is like English intonation. Paul Frommer said that he did that to make it easier for the actors to pronounce everything. So you can already see it must be a question, very likely. I say it another time. Ngaru lufbomsrak. If you're not familiar with the phrase, maybe try searching the words in a dictionary and see if you can find them. This is what I said. Ngaru lufbomsrak. And it's also one of the most used phrases in the community. And it means something like, are you well? More literally, is there well-being to you? And of course, we also want to answer. And one possible answer would be, Srane, weru lufbom. You see, parts are a bit copied from the sentence before. Srane, weru lufbom. Srane, weru lufbom. Srane, weru lufbom. Like always, try to write it down. Srane, weru lufbom. I say it one more time. Srane, weru lufbom. This is what I said. Srane, weru lufbom. And this is what it means. Srane, you should already be familiar with from the last video. Yes, we could also use the shortened version here. Sran, weru lufbom. And it means yes, I am well, or literally, yes, to me there is well-being. Next, it might be that we're actually not that well. And then we could say something like kehe, weru kelufpom. Kehe, weru kelufpom. Kehe, weru kelufpom. Kehe, weru kelufpom. I say it one more time. Kehe, weru kelufpom. If you didn't manage to write it down yet, then feel free to go back in the video a bit to listen to it a few more times. This is what I said. Kehe, weru kelufpom. And probably you already recognized the kehe, and actually most of the sentence from what we had before. Kehe, no, weru kelufpom, I'm not well, or more literally, to me there is not well-being. There are also some intermediate things. For example, you could say tam ke tam. Tam ke tam. Tam ke tam. We have only two words here actually. First tam, then ke, and then another time tam. Try to find them in a dictionary and see if you can guess the meaning from what you find there. Tam ke tam. Tam ke tam. I say it one more time. Tam ke tam. This is what I said. Tam ke tam. And it means meh, so not really good, but also not very bad. Now someone has asked you how you are and you have answered, and then maybe you want to ask them back. Ngaru tut? Ngaru tut? Ngaru tut? Ngaru tut? I say it one more time. Ngaru tut? The ngaru we had already before in ngaru lufpamsrak, so maybe you already can guess what that means. But try finding the tut in the dictionary. This is what I said. Ngaru tut. And this is what it means. How about you? So the tut kind of reflects the question back. There are also other ways to ask someone how they are. One other way would be magdo fjape, magdo fjape, magdo fjape, magdo fjape. I say it one more time. Magdo fjape. This is what I said. Magdo fjape. And it means how are you? Literally, you could translate it as how do you write? How are you writing? Because magdo means to write and fjape means how. And you maybe already saw the difference. The question we had before, are you well, is a yes-no question, which we answered with yes or no. But here we have an open question, how are you? So we have a bunch of different answers compared to the one before. Let's look at a few possible answers to this one. Song, 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 song. Could you find a dictionary? I say it one more time. Song. This is what I said. Song. And maybe when you looked it up in the dictionary, you got a bit confused because it's there as a verb. But we can also use it as an answer to this question to say, well. So, you're writing well, basically. Another possible answer is nilzan. 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 I say it one more time. Nilzan. This is what I said. Nilzan. And this is what it means. Well. So it's another way to say that you are well. And one more for that. Nixman. 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 One more time. Nixman. This is what I said. Nixman. And it means wonderfully. It comes from kosman, wonderful. Then another possible answer to this question would be nixran. It sounds very similar to the one before, but it's a bit different. Nixran. 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 One more time. Nixran. This is what I said. Nixran. And it means so-so. Then sometimes we are just not that well. Then we can say nefe. 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 One more time. Nefe. This is what I said. Nefe. And it means badly. It comes from fe, bad. Probably you already saw that almost all the words we currently talk about start with a ne. Ne makes adverbs out of things. That's why we see it very often currently. And one other one would be nifpamo. So again with the ne in front. Nifpamo. 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 Try to find a dictionary like always and write it down. Write down what you hear. Nifpamo. 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 One more time. Nifpamo. This is what I said. Nifpamo. Nifpamo. And it means horribly or terribly, from amo, horrible or terrible. And again, we might want to ask back. And in this case, we would ask ngaritut, 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 ngaritut. I say it one more time. Ngaritut. So this looks very, very close to what we had before with ngarutut. The difference here is that the tut, if we reflect back a question with tut, we always have to copy the case ending we had before. So we had ngaru, luftbomsrak with a ru on the nga. So if we want to reflect the question back, we say ngarutut. In this case, we had magdo fjape. And there we just say ngaritut regarding you. How about you? And that's exactly what it means. How about you? So now we know how to ask people how they are and how to answer, but maybe we want to do a bit more small talk. And someone could ask you, Rut-e lepi vauk neit. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. This is a bit long one. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. I say it one more time. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. So, could you find some of these words in the dictionary? The second one is very long. Rut-e lepi vauk neit. And it means please talk a bit about yourself. So lepi vauk is to talk about oneself. From lauk, to talk about something. Rut-e, please. And neit, a bit. So please talk a bit about yourself. There's also another way to ask someone to introduce yourself, and that would be Rut-e moe bent u. Rut-e moe bent u.
Rut-e moe bent u.
There you also heard a proper tap, so the proper tapped not we are. That's how you're supposed to do it, not the stupid nonsense that I always do. Rut-e moe bent u. Rut-e moe bent u. So here the rut'e is still the same, so we probably have a please in there. But the second word is very different. Muwebintu. Rut'e, muwebintu. I say it one more time. Rut'e, muwebintu. This is what I said. Rut'e, muwebintu. And this is what it means. Please introduce yourself. Of course, the first question that almost always is asked will be Fjape fgosiaungar. Fjape fgosiaungar. Fjape fgosiaungar. Fjape fgosiaungar. Fjape fgosiaungar. I read one more time. Fjape fgosiaungar. This is what I said. Fjape fgosiaungar. And it means literally, how does one call you? So, what's your name? You can also leave out the fgo, so you can also just say Fjape siaungar. That works too. Then you can answer with almost the same sentence. You would say Weru fgosiau spider. In this case, because we have spider here on the picture. So he would say Weru fgosiau spider. Weru fgosiau spider. Weru fgosiau spider. Weru fgosiau spider. I say it one more time. Weru fgosiau spider. This is what I said. Weru fgosiau spider. What you maybe already heard is that the first word weru I say as weru, as two syllables and not as oeru. This happens always as soon as you have something behind the oe. So oe and on its own is pronounced as two syllables, oe, but as soon as you put something behind it, you have the oe becoming we. So oe, but weru. Also well from welngatikame. And you probably already know what that means. I am called Spider, or more literally, one calls me Spider. Weru fgosiau spider. Of course, we can also shorten it and just say Weru siau spider. For this one, the image doesn't really fit, but I couldn't find something nice. Someone could also ask you, Ngari solaleo polpaya zisit. 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 I say it one more time. Ngari solaleo polpaya zisit. This is what I said. Ngari solaleo polpaya zisit. And maybe you already found some of the words in the dictionary. Like I said, I highly recommend that you try to write everything down and search in the dictionary before I show you the answers. This one translates to how old are you? More literally, regarding you, how many years preceded. And then you could answer something like, in my case, Veri solaleo zisit a me vohin. Veri solaleo zisit a me vohin. So the last word here, a me vohin, shows how many years I'm old. Try to write it down and try to find out how many years I'm old. So you can use a dictionary, and the most dictionaries should also translate numbers for you. Veri solaleo zisit a me vohin. Veri solaleo zisit a me vohin. I say it one more time. Veri solaleo zisit a me vohin. This is what I said. Weri soladeu zisset amevo hin. And it means I'm 23 years old. Then, if you're new to the region, you might get asked, Nga za'u ftu peseng? 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 I say it one more time. Nga za'u ftu peseng? This is what I said. Nga za'u ftu peseng? And it means where are you from? So you come from which place? Is what it translates to literally. Jake then would probably say something like Oe za'u ftu USA? Oe za'u ftu USA? Oe za'u ftu USA? Can you find out where he's from? I mean, you probably already know it, but try to find the word I used in the dictionary. Oe za'u ftu USA? Oe za'u ftu USA? I say it one more time. Oe za'u ftu USA? This is what I said. Oe za'u ftu USA? I am from the USA. Let's lastly look at how to tell someone what you like doing. So let's first look at what Loak might say. He might say, Weru sunu fwa slele. Weru sunu fwa slele. Weru sunu fwa slele. Can you find out what he likes? Weru sunu fwa slele. Weru sunu fwa slele. I read it one more time. Weru sunu fwa slele. This is what I said. Weru sunu fwa slele. And it translates to I like swimming. Or more literally, to me, the thing which is to swim is pleasing or enjoyable. This is something that I, or probably also Willem, would say. Weru sunu fwa hahau. Do you also want to say it, my Willem? Willem is coming to tell you all his favorite thing in life.
Weru sunu fwa hahau.
Ira, my Willem. Weru sunu fwa hahau. Weru sunu fwa hahau. Only one word changed, so I guess you could already find out what we said. I say it one more time. Weru sunu fwa hahau. This is what we said. Weru sunu fwa hahau. I like sleeping. So we just exchanged the slede to swim with hahau to sleep. And you can do this generally. You can exchange the hahau in the sentence for any verb to say that you like doing something. You can also say something like Weru sunu aioang. Weru sunu aioang. Weru sunu aioang. So can you find the difference in the sentence if you compare it to the ones before? Weru sunu aioang. Weru sunu aioang. I say it one more time. Weru sunu aioang. This is what I said. Weru sunu aioang. You see, the fwa is missing. And this translates to I like animals. What's the difference? In the sentences before we had verbs, so I like to swim, I like to sleep. Then we need the fwa. If we just have a noun here, like animals, then we don't need the fwa. Then we can just say Weru sunu aioang without a fwa. So if the thing you like is a verb, then you use fwa. If not, then not. You will learn about the specific reasons why at some point when you get a bit more into grammar. And that was it. Like always, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, or you can contact me on Discord. In the next video, you will hear some introductions by some people. So then you can practice what you learned in this listening lesson and see if you can understand what the different people will tell you. In case you would like to participate in the next video, you can just write me, then I will give you some instructions, because I'm still searching for people who send me introductions for the next video. Hej, jeg hedder Vawmataw.